It wasn't easy owning a Wii U with pride. Anytime someone asked me, do you game? I'd be like, yeah, I game. And then he'd ask me, so what console do you game on? I'd be like, oh, well, the NES, the PlayStation, the 3DS, DS... Wii U. I actually distinctly remember telling one of my friends, who is a girl, that I was gonna buy the Wii U. And what did she ask me? Well, she said, wait, are you gay? That was fucking elementary school. Like, not to be mistaken, okay? I love the Wii U. It was the first console I actually saved money up for myself just to get it. But it's not like I did it because I just couldn't keep myself away from the 20cm 480p screen that you can use 5 minutes away from the console. Seriously, you can't even take a dump with this thing before it loses connection. I did it because of the games. Like, look at all of these. Super Mario 3D World, Mario Kart 8, Smash 4, Paper Mario Color Splash, Mario Maker, Yoshi's Woolly World, Breath of the Wild. You see, that was just the problem with the Wii U. No third-party support. A little background. So what was the Wii U? Well, it was Nintendo's first ever full HD game console. It had this thing that you couldn't carry around, but it had to be close to the mothership at all times. It was so awesome, you could get it in a variety of designs, like I Surrender White, I Wish I Had an Xbox Black, and who could forget the... Wait, holy shit. Ah yeah. The black one with some Zelda decals. So, back in 2013, I decided to get it. I was and still am pretty faithful to Nintendo after all. And my friends would sometimes ask, why not just wait for PS4 or Xbox One to come out? And I said, no, cause Nintendo, dude. I wanted Mario, I wanted Zelda, I wanted Pokemon. And at the time, that seemed like a pretty good deal. At the time. The Wii U had Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon. It didn't have anything else though. Even I slowly started to notice sort of a drought of third-party releases. Some games were getting released on the Wii U alongside with Xbox and PS4, but that was mostly just platformers and RPGs. Games that weren't too hard to implement. Devs simply didn't know how the fuck to even put games on this thing. Nintendo, as usual, was constantly encouraging the use of the gamepad as a fucking gimmick, while companies were just trying to make a profit from people who actually owned the damn thing. And I know what you're thinking. Surely they could just make all AAA games playable on the gamepad the same way as on the TV. Like, the Wii U was strong for its time. It didn't even have that many graphical setbacks and frame drops in its games. No, that's wrong. You're not thinking straight. Yeah, okay, so the Wii U had some frame rate issues too. Except for Mighty Number 9. That one lags everywhere. Oh shit, they actually put Watch Dogs on this thing. Even Breath of the Wild, which was officially announced for the Wii U, runs way better on Switch. The thing wasn't strong enough to compete. As you see, the Wii U's power could barely even withstand the Xbox 360 and PS3s, which by the time were about 5-year-old systems. Like, I don't know about you, but a lot of times I'd look at trailers for huge new titles while practically drooling from just watching them. And then I got to the end of those trailers. My initial reaction was something like... God damn it. Reading articles about Wii U sales dropping lower and lower was also hard at the time. But it was completely understandable. Sometimes you'd have to buy a game that wasn't exactly your style, just so you could support your favorite system and company in their time of need. That is how hopeless the Wii U seemed at times. And even if the Wii U had a lot of good first-party games, they were almost all ported to the Switch when it came out, and that in itself is a whole different story. It's no secret that Nintendo was and still is to this day trying to kill off the Wii U by pushing the Switch, and I don't mind it. I absolutely adore the Switch, it's probably my favorite Nintendo console to date, but it doesn't mean they have to completely destroy any trace of the Wii U existing. I'll admit, I sometimes throw my gamepad on the couch when I'm done playing, because the Wii U just sort of lost a bit of its value for me. I'm sorry, pretty baby. But that doesn't mean I want to stop playing my Wii U completely. The Wii U earned a special place in the hearts of fans just by being Nintendo's mainline console when they didn't have much else. They still made great f***ing games for it. And does anybody even remember that old fabled Zelda HD trailer for the Wii U? Yeah, that one. Yeah. This is what led to the development of Breath of the Wild. Doesn't look much like it, eh? That's because that was mostly just a tech demo. Sure, Nintendo was constantly teasing this fabled HD Zelda, but it was nowhere to be seen for ages, and then 2017 rolls by, and Nintendo was all like, we are proud to announce the HD Zelda that you've all been waiting for since 2012, coming out next year on Nintendo Wii U. Oh, and also on our new never-before-seen shiny console, the Switch, baby, next year for only $359.99. We're also putting Mario Kart 8, new Mario Bros. U, Smash Bros. On this thing, so make sure you're not missing out, bitches! Like, I'm not complaining about Breath of the Wild. Trust me, I play that game way too much. But like, this? Why did this never come out? Like, you know, Zelda story is convoluted. It has to be especially thought out. So just puking out a random HD Zelda game that looked like this would have been a bad marketing move by Nintendo somehow. But like, who would have minded this? I will stab him. When I first saw the trailer for Super Mario 3D World, my kid self said that he had to get the game. And the Wii U eventually. But when the 18-year-old me saw the trailer for the Switch play Mario Odyssey, he said I have to get this slick console and the slick new Mario game. And I did both of those things. Except the first time I really didn't care that much for the console itself. The Wii U was just a medium that allowed me to play my favorite Nintendo games, while I actually grew attached to my Switch, even on a personal level. When somebody asked me if they could make another profile on my Wii U, I said, pfft, like, yeah, sure. But when someone wants to make a profile on my Switch, I feel violated. Hey, can I join your Switch? I want to make a new Breath of the Wild. Get out! Out! Jeez, I'm so sorry. It's just the new game and not everybody has a Switch. It's okay, it's just... It's mine. I have one Wii U Pro controller. One. I could have bought more at the time, but I didn't. The reason being that it just seemed too expensive at the time. $60 for one more friend to be able to play your favorite Nintendo multiplayer games was a hard bargain for a kid in high school. But on the other hand, I have one third-party Pro controller and 3 pairs of Joy-Cons, of which each can be split into 2, making for a grand total of controller options on my Switch 7. Fucking 7, dude! There were so many things that plagued the Wii U. Weak third-party support, expensive hardware for its time, in-game lag, weak online gameplay, the gamepad's range, clunky UI, and not to mention it barely attracted anyone else in my area to even buy the Wii U, seeing as full HD graphics was just not something to write home about in 2013. The rest of the world was buying PS4 and Xbox's third-party exclusives, while we were stuck waiting for the next first-party exclusives to come out. And we loved it.
It has a little something for everyone.
At the end of the day, I can bash this thing all I want, but the truth is that if you were there to experience it, you still got a great ride from all the first-party support. If you were one of the people who actually thought the Wii U gamepad was an add-on for the Wii, then I feel bad for you, because despite it not being that, it had some of the best Nintendo games to date. I personally just thought that the thing was gonna be this portable add-on that was gonna let you take Wii games with you on the go, and well, yeah. And I'm really not defending the Wii U that much, because looking back at it, it just feels like it was this plot for Nintendo to sell you their games on this weird static Android tablet looking thing. As long as you didn't mind that, I'm sure you were glad with what the Wii U had to offer. Nowadays, I sometimes miss the little things, like the TV remote feature from the gamepad on my Switch. The ability to play most games on the gamepad the same way as on the TV and being able to swap at any time was incredibly useful at times if you lived in a house with one TV. The only problem was, and still is that I personally had the Wii U hooked up to my monitor. I only recently moved it to the TV as the Switch took its place. I will fondly remember the endless nights playing Smash Bros. 4 with my cousin and brother, playing Mario Kart 8 while loading into a League of Legends match, or endlessly replaying Mario 3D World levels to get that 100%. Despite everything, it was quite the enjoyable ride. It's just that, for the past few years, as the Wii U was declining and getting more games and with the Switch released, for the longest time, the Wii U served no purpose to me and my friends but to be the Mario Kart machine in my house. And now that that's about to change, I'm not sure how to feel about that.